Good morning and welcome to Master Debating. I'm your host, Emily Latimer. The holiday season is right around the corner and some might even say it's already here. It's a time for debating all of life's most pressing issues with your friends and family, and that's exactly what we're going to do here today. Today I'm joined by Bella Morrell and Brooke Vogel to fight out what is the best Thanksgiving food. First up, taking the savory fight is mashed potatoes with Bella Morrell. Bella?
Well, I'm choosing potatoes because they go with basically any meal, and who doesn't love mashed potatoes?
And taking apple pie is Brooke Vogel. Brooke, how do you feel about apple pie?
You know what? I just really love apple pie. I'm a sweet tooth at heart, and it just really encapsulates the Thanksgiving essence.
All right, we're going to get right into it. Bella, really break down, how do you feel about mashed potatoes for me?
Mashed potatoes are just my favorite. I mean, I love any form of potatoes, but mashed is just the best. You can do it with gravy, and they're fun to make. They're easy to make. I just love mashed potatoes.
And Brooke, what do you think? Apple pie, you think it's better than mashed potatoes?
Oh, I think it's so much better than mashed potatoes. I feel like just being able to create something or even store buy it, it's such a beautiful thing to look at and to eat by all means. And it's just like baking it is half the beauty, but the other half of the beauty is eating it.
Now, Bella, Brooke said that she loves to create the apple pie. Do you create your mashed potatoes? Is that a similar feeling you have?
Yeah, there's definitely multiple steps to it. You have to perfect it. It's almost a craft, like just having to sit there and, peel the potatoes and mash them and add all the different seasonings. It takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of practice to really perfect them, but it's also easy to do.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I feel like sticking like mashed potatoes into a microwave, pouring some water into it, isn't really much of a craft. That's just my opinion, though.
Okay, well, that's not the only way that you can make them.
Yeah, but that's the way a lot of Americans do it.
All right, well, there's also, you can do it homemade. So that's not the only way that you can do it. Not everyone does the store-bought. You can buy potatoes and do the whole thing. You can follow a recipe. The store-bought isn't even usually what people do for Thanksgiving, so I disagree.
Well, I find that a lot of people do, and I feel like a lot more people bake their apple pie because baking is just such a family sport, I consider it a sport. My sister and I, she's peeling the apples, I'm making the crumb perfection on top. It's such a togetherness thing that I feel like you can't do when microwaving mashed potatoes.
Okay, well, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've gone to a Thanksgiving dinner and people have bought a store-bought pie and not homemade it, so I disagree.
Brooke, do you think that making an apple pie means more to a person than making mashed potatoes? Is that what you're saying?
I do. I fully, wholeheartedly believe that. I think it's so beautiful seeing all these this baked good coming together. It's just something so unmatched to mashed potatoes.
And Bella, I'm wondering, how do you interpret Brooke saying that her making a pie with her family is more important than you making mashed potatoes with your family? Do you think that the food really matters in this stance?
I mean, no, I disagree with Brooke entirely. I think that you can have that experience with your family while making mashed potatoes as well, because it takes different steps and, it takes just a while to, put it all together. And I don't know, I disagree.
But you know what my thing is? I feel like we're talking about holiday foods for the Thanksgiving season because, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. While I agree mashed potatoes are a Thanksgiving food, it's an all-around food. Apple pie, the essence of fall, what is it? It's the apple. What is in apple pie? The apple. It is such a Thanksgiving food, and mashed potatoes you could just have all around. So, while it may be good, it's not that special. It's not as special as you may think it is.
Are you saying that you can't have apple pie year-round too?
Well, it's more of a fall thing. I don't get it in the dead of winter, in the middle of summer. No, it's a fall type of thing. All these different farms, when you go apple picking, you go to a pumpkin patch, what are they selling? Apple cider donuts, apple pie, apples, it's just fall.
Thinking about apples in general, savory versus sweet, main course versus entree, these two are very different foods. How do you settle what you think is best, Bella? Is it the savory over the sweet?
I mean, sure, I love the sweet, like who doesn't love dessert? But, I think the essence of Thanksgiving is to have those savory meals, have that mashed potatoes, have the turkey, have the gravy. And also turkey and gravy is not really a year-round thing. I mean, you can do it, but when you think of turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes and gravy, you think of Thanksgiving.
Not really. When I think of mashed potatoes and gravy, I think of one of those store-bought packages that you can find at Wegmans that has the really preservative generic looking mashed potatoes with like someone pouring the gravy on it. That's just what I see all year round.
Okay, well maybe that's what you think, but I'm sure many people agree with me out there that mashed potatoes
I don't
and
think so.
well,
I don't think so.
And there's a lot of
Actually.
things that you can add to each items. Brooke, what are you thinking that you would add to your apple pie that makes it stand out from a mashed potato meal?
Yeah, so you can go a la mode, literally ice cream, any type of ice cream really, and then whipped cream, amazing. You can also, even caramel, you see like all those like apple caramel. At Crumble Cookie a few weeks ago, they had an apple caramel cookie and it was fantastic. It really reminded me of apple pie in fall and Thanksgiving.
Bella, what are you adding to your mashed potatoes to make them better than an apple pie?
okay, obviously gravy, and they go with everything. You can put the turkey, you can mix it all together, you can do ketchup. Some people like ketchup with mashed potatoes. You can just do potatoes and gravy, gravy and potatoes. They just go so well together.
Yeah, but you
It's
keep
just like-
saying gravy and potatoes, and that's just the only thing that you can put on it. See, you can do so much with apple pie, and I feel like mashed potatoes are so limited in that sense.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I think we really broke down what is the best Thanksgiving meal, but I'm going to have to leave it to the audience to decide the real winner. Coming up next, Pete Johans and Jeremy Goldstein give us all some self-help tips on how we can all talk a little less about sports. Stay with us.